A few years ago it was unthinkable to create dramatic cinematic looking scenes with just a smartphone. This changed. Therefore, I'm going to teach you how you can record scenes like these with the help of the DJI Osmo Mobile 4 and a smartphone. What up guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Eddie Bear and today I'm showing you 6 of my favorite filming techniques that not only will increase the value of your production but also help you to tell a better story. This I will do so with the help of my now old iPhone 11 Pro, the new DJI Osmo Mobile 4 and various accessories from Moment and Sandmark. Some of the gear you'll see in today's video I already reviewed, so if you want to know more about them, I will link them up here. A few of the filming techniques you're about to see were only accessible to people who owned expensive camera gimbals that were capable of carrying mostly heavy camera rigs. As of late, more and more of these techniques become accessible to people with a lower budget, thanks to the improvements in the smartphone market and the constant evolution of smartphone gimbals. Last year, I already did a thorough tutorial on how to leverage the incredible capabilities of the Osmo Mobile 3, and I got the feedback that some of you would like to know more about the filming techniques and not just how to use the features that the Osmo Mobile provides. So I thought, why not take the opportunity and use the release of the Osmo 4 to give you exactly that. Therefore, in today's video I show you what's new with the DJI Osmo 4 and also give you 6 of my favorite shooting techniques. Full disclosure, DJI was kind enough to supply me with the Osmo 4 and some of the Moment filters you're about to see. So thank you DJI for making this video possible. So first, let's see what comes with the Osmo 4 and what's different compared to the Osmo 3. As the label already suggests, the Osmo Mobile 4 is all about magnets. The upper compartment contains a bunch of accessories. First off is a convenient storage pouch where you can store your Osmo Mobile 4 in while you're traveling. Also included is a wrist strap. A new option to mount your phone to the Osmo Mobile 4 is the magnetic ring holder, and for that one DJI included a glue guide, so it's easier to glue the magnetic ring holder to your phone. I know a lot of people love pop sockets and these rings, but I'm not a big fan of gluing things to the back of my smartphone, so I'm skipping that part in this review. However, if you are using this ring and you decide to change your smartphone, there are additional adhesives within the packaging. The Osmo 4 also comes with a super handy tripod grip as its predecessor. And of course there is also an obligatory USB-C to USB-A charging cable. And like Apple, DJI also does not include a charging brick. Now let's talk about the biggest change in design, the new magnetic phone holder clip. With this clip you are able to attach phones with a thickness up to 10 mm and a width up to 84 mm. If your phone is thinner than 6.9 mm, you can use this riser pad in order to make a thorough connection between the clip and your phone. Aside from the clip, the Osmo 4 has the exact same folding design as the Osmo Mobile 3. Actually, the only physical difference between the two gimbals is their joystick. It is covered with a rubber surface and they got rid of the sharp edges of the joystick, so it is now more soothing to your thumb. Attaching your smartphone to the Osmo 4 is now easier than ever. Unfold the Osmo. Mount the magnetic clip to your smartphone. Now bring your smartphone close to the mounting plate and it will, thanks to magnets, automatically snap into place. And if you're afraid that the magnets are not strong enough, well, I can say that they are so strong that every time I was pulling off my phone, I was afraid that I am actually going to break the gimbal. So sometimes, if I'm being honest, I'd rather remove my smartphone from the magnetic clamp rather than just ripping off the magnetic clamp from the gimbal. And to ensure safe filming, the white dot on the mounting plate and also on the magnetic clamp need to be aligned. By the way, the motors of the Osmo 4 also received a bump in performance, so they now can carry up to 290 grams. If you're using such a heavyweight payload, make sure that you are using counterweights to relieve the strain on the motors. Now enough talk about the Osmo 4 and its changes compared to the Osmo 3. Let us focus on filming techniques. Let's begin with one of my all-time favorites, the Underslung Mode. In Underslung Mode, the gimbal enters an upside down state. This way you are able to get super close to the ground without the need to get yourself dirty. This is especially helpful if you want to create a high pace effect or if you want to create a mood without revealing too much of your location. Building suspense, so to say. To enter underslung mode, flip your whole gimbal 180 degrees clockwise. If conducted correctly, the Osmo 4 will also flip your smartphone. By the way, not every smartphone gimbal manufacturer offers underslung mode, and not all of them are flipping the phone when you enter it. By not flipping the phone, they are also reducing the possible range of movement. By flipping the Osmo 4 back counterclockwise, it will return to normal recording mode. Number 2. Put something in front of your camera, no matter whether it's a person or just something in the foreground. Without either of both, even the most scenic places can become super boring and static. Sometimes a small thing like including 2 swimming ducks can make your scene come to life. Another good option is to use your foreground to reveal certain objects, like in this case I'm using the leaves. By slowly revealing the main subject with the help of my foreground, I'm building suspense and at the same time I'm guiding the viewer's eye. In this case, a gimbal can help you to create more complex movements and steadier shots, but it will not protect you from the occasional leaf hitting you in the face. Number 3. Don't be afraid to use a stick. I know this one here seems rather awkward and it kinda looks like I'm drunk, but I'm not. I'm faking a video which looks like it was recorded on an FPV drone, which in reality then was recorded on my Osmo Mobile 4. So what I'm trying to say here is don't be afraid to try out new things and experiment with different accessories, even if that sometimes means you're faking an FPV drone video with the help of a selfie stick and your smartphone gimbal. By the way, how convincing is this shot for you? Let me know in the comments. By the way, the underslung close-up shots are also easier to achieve if you're using a selfie stick to extend the reach of your gimbal. Number 4 on the list, utilizing the capabilities of Active Track. Active Track on the Osmo 4 is engaged by tapping the trigger button in front of the gimbal, and it is automatically keeping the subject you are tracking in the middle of your frame. If your framing needs any adjustment, it can be done with the help of the joystick. There are multiple reasons why Active Track is so useful. For starters, you can hand the gimbal to any unexperienced user and they will get a decent recording without any prior experience with gimbals. The main reason for that is you don't need to focus on framing. The gimbal takes care of the framing and you just need to focus on your movement. And even if you are an experienced user, chasing after somebody who's running through the woods can be challenging. Now just imagine you want to keep mentioned person in frame. Right now this job becomes pretty much impossible without breaking your neck, but thanks to Active Track you can focus on your feet while running after your subject and Active Track is doing the rest for you. This way high-paced, action-packed scenes can convey the movement but are still stable at the same time. Number 5. Manipulate time. Flux compensator not included. There are 2 basic ways to manipulate time: a time-lapse or a slow motion. A time-lapse, like in this instance here, can be used for B-roll footage, for example when traveling from destination A to destination B. A time-lapse is a very good tool if you want to visualize the passing of a significant amount of time, let's say for example the process of a 3D print or drawing a picture or maybe just assembling an IKEA drawer. A static time-lapse on its own can be powerful, but adding movement to a time-lapse helps you to deliver an even stronger message, and that's where gimbals come in. The time-lapse feature of the Osmo 4 gives you the ability to set waypoints, intervals, and even the designated total recording time. The only thing you need to do is hit record. Slow motion, on the other hand, can be used to emphasize dramatic scenes. To make this waterfall super dramatic, I recorded it at 240 frames per second. To show you how much of a difference the frame rate can make, this recording here is once again at 240 frames per second, and now I'm speeding it up. Now the identical scene at 120 frames per second and you already can see that it's not as dramatic as 240. Now 60 frames per second and the water almost looks like it's falling at regular speed. Last but not least, 30 frames per second. Which of the frame rates I just showed you did you like the most? By the way, if you are filming a not so fast moving subject, even 60 frames can be enough to slow it down so it looks more dramatic. Number 6. Using creative shooting modes. The one you see here is called spin shot and most people call it inception mode, and it's an absolute crowd pleaser. The Osmo 4 has a dedicated feature where you can enable spin shot, so it's super easy to capture these. Another one that never gets old is the dolly zoom, which DJI calls hyper zoom. It works either inwards or outwards, and it's super easy cause the camera is automatically tracking your subject and is doing the zoom for you while you walk. If you have watched all the way to this point, I have a little bonus for you. Thanks to the magnetic ring holder, you can strap all kinds of other cameras to the Osmo 4. Just apply a piece of double-sided tape to the ring holder, attach the ring holder to the mounting plate, and mount, for example, a good old GoPro onto it. So as I mentioned before, don't be afraid to get creative with your tools. Now, out of curiosity, which of the filming techniques I showed you today were your favorite? And by the way, to get the best out of these techniques, make sure to watch my guide on how to effectively use the Osmo Mobile's controls. If you want me to create another tutorial about mobile filmmaking, let me know what you would like to see. With that said, if you liked today's episode, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one. Peace!